Hi, everyone. This is Ruth Theresa with One Inspiring Woman. And today I am so excited to be with y'all and to be answering questions from everybody. I am so excited. I will be. Okay, there we go. Okay. I am excited to be with you guys. And when you're on, let me know where you're from. I'm really excited. Tonight I will be doing something I haven't done in a long time. I will be answering your questions. I haven't done that in a long time. And I'm excited to be with you guys. I'm fixing a couple of things. I just finished with a meditation for the autumn equinox. And so that's kind of been really fun for me. I haven't done that one in a while. I did it last year for myself, so it was kind of like one of those fun things. And I really enjoyed it. So I am going to be kind of having a good time with this. Hopefully it's a good time. I am going to kind of go over a couple of the rules with you guys. I know online it sounds like a ton of rules, but I want to kind of let you know how I'm going to work this. So I am going to be answering one question from each person. It's one of those, and it's kind of a different thing for most people that maybe not everybody understands. Get my cough drop out. Is I have to open up my energy to everybody. Everybody gets access to my energy and being able to answer a question from you. I will pull an angel card. And it will assist me kind of in a way to open up that energy and get you an answer. One of the things that's really important is I want you to understand priority will be given to my people that are here every week when I am, my people that are subscribed to my YouTube, my Facebook, and my Instagram. So those are the people that are going to get priority over everyone else. So it's one of those. And a lot of times when I used to do this a lot, people tell me oh, you skipped over me. You don't see what I see, which is the funny part is, so you have to understand, I'm only answering the next question that I can. So sometimes you've posted it, but someone else posted another question and I'm just answering them in the best order I can. So that is just the way it's going to go. So I'm excited to be with you guys. Let's see. I've got Sandra, I've got Robin, I've got Gracetta, I got another Sandra. And then I've got all my stuff, and I've got some others down there at the end. So answer your question. Make sure that you do not give me misinformation. Misinformation would be say, do I get a message from him or her or this person? Tell me who that person is to you, or tell me what their name is. It makes it a little bit easier. And the other thing is make sure your question is clear and concise. That makes my life easier, because otherwise I'm trying to figure out who you're trying to get information from. So we are going to start with Sandra, and Sandra's coming with me from Facebook. So Sandra's asking, I met Robert. Is he serious about us? And I get a no right off the bat, Miss Sandra, but I also get kind of music is the answer that I get, but I also get that the music is kind of y'all are not in harmony of wanting the exact same thing at the exact same time. So it's not a complete bad match. I'm just saying it's not probably the best match for you at this time. But I want you to understand there are people out that are going to have a better match for you, Sandra. So make sure that you're opening up to that energy. So make sure that you're getting that energy. Y'all go ahead and ask me your questions online. I'm taking one from Instagram really quick. And I'm not sure how to pronounce it. I'm just going to call it as Akaizi. Akaizi. I like that name. Akaizi R is asking, is there a message from your father? These are really hard, Akaizi, to kind of answer online. There is a couple of messages from your father, and I would probably say the strongest message is that you're doing the right thing or you're on the right path is what he's telling me. So that's like the number one thing. There are several other messages which we can't go into in this format, but I will tell you that is probably the number one message that he wants from you. Hi, Miss Myra. I miss you. I love you, Miss Myra. Okay, so Sandra, different Sandra from Facebook is asking, what is the reason I would move from my house? I do feel like there's a couple of things that could make you move, Sandra. I'm going to pull an angel card to kind of get me a little bit more insight, but I have a feeling that I know. So your guardian angel is kind of guiding me on this one. So what I'm getting is that kind of the only reason why you would like change things is, I would say, for love or family. So those are the two priorities that you have in your life. Maybe not love is number one, but I would say family would be one. But I would say making some changes in your life would not be bad, but it's one of those, I feel like you would move closer to family or you would move closer to prospective love. And that doesn't mean you need to drop everything. I just feel like there's a lot of information or there's a lot of messages out there for you on that front. But it's one of those, you're not one that would easily move, but I do feel like if the right situation came along that you would be ready to move into that. So next, Miss Robin is asking, is Michael going to stop seeing you? I kind of get a couple of mixed messages, and kind of like emerging energy with this is like he emerges into like I want to stop seeing you, but then he kind of recedes. So I kind of go into it and out of it and into it and out of it, back and forth for you. And so I kind of feel like one of the messages is that there are some changes coming in that, Robin, but I don't think it's permanent changes. So it may be like a further step back, like we can't see each other for a while, or there's a step back. But I do feel like it's not something that he's ready to let go of 100% at this time. So that is your answer, Miss Robin. Okay, Miss Gracetta is asking, are my plans going to work out in the next few months? And I get you're kind of asking a lot there, Gracetta, because there's a lot of plans in there. So the card I pull for you is freedom. And that's what you're looking for, is the freedom in your new decisions. You're looking for the freedom in your new decisions. So there is some freedom in what you're asking, because you're asking to kind of get into that energy. But you're almost expecting for that other foot to fall. Like, I'm really happy right now because I've got my plans in place, but I'm waiting for that boom to come. The whatever's going to stop you or keep you away from it. And so stop planning on that one. Plan more on what you want. This, I want it to flow with ease. I want it to go easy. I want my plans to work through and kind of, I like the word quadinkadinks kind of things. Like, I love when things work out and you have no idea that there could have been another decision. So that's kind of the fun part, is like what is going to come about for you next. Don't expect that second foot to fall and kind of change everything. Everything's going to flow with ease unless you keep focusing on what could go wrong. So that is the way it goes. Next, I'm going to Sarah on Myra. Do you have a question out there on Instagram? I'm going to go to Sarah next on Facebook, and she's asking, will my ex and I reconcile? And I kind of get, there will be some type of reconciliation, but I kind of feel like it's maybe more getting on the same page. I do get the card abundance with this. There is abundance of things that could be fixed in this relationship. If y'all were to get back together, it would not be a permanent getting back together. It would not be a permanent one. So just, it wouldn't be permanent. So I'm just saying, that's kind of the energy with this, is kind of like the abundance of the change, but the abundance is more like the getting better on the page and being able to kind of like work through this a little bit better than y'all have in the past, but coming to a new page of reconciliation in this. Okay. Let me see. Okay. Next, I've got Brittany on YouTube, and Brittany is asking, do I have any messages from Jake? Jake is a little sarcastic, just so you know, Miss Brittany. He asked me to pull this card for you, and this is all about forgiveness. And he's asking for forgiveness for some things that he did or didn't do when he was still alive. And so there's some, or kind of one y'all were together, kind of like alive together kind of thing. I don't feel like he's passed. Like I feel like I don't know, there's something interesting with this energy. But there's some forgiveness that he's asking, but I also feel like he's not ready to forgive himself. There's something in that he's not ready to forgive himself either. So that's kind of like interesting. Okay, so let me see what I've got here on Instagram. I've got, y'all have some interesting names. I'm going to say Sadie is asking, am I getting a message from my maternal grandmother? Your maternal grandmother comes through, and I would say kind of the interesting energy with this is kind of that energy of like there's some things in the family that have gone wrong or that she would not have approved of, and it's kind of between two male figures in the family, so it may be some family fighting or infighting or something like that. There's something that's gone wrong in that. And so kind of what she says is kind of like see everybody through enchantment, kind of like through love and wanting to be together, because there's a lot of family strife kind of between these two males that are kind of causing things to change or not be where they should be in all of this. So that's kind of one of those kind of, interesting. So next, I'm going to pull one for Miss Myra on Instagram. And this one is for Miss Myra. This is about your focusing. And I know you said you're just vibing, but I want to say that your focus of what you draw to you is kind of like what you're getting. And I want you to know that you are so close to changing so many things in your life, because you're always working on yourself. You're always upgrading your energy. You're always focusing on things. And as you focus, things will continue to change. Things will kind of get into that energy a little bit easier kind of thing. So thank you, Sadie, for the confirmation on that. I was right. Yay. She says spot on. So I'm very glad with that. I'm going to go to YouTube now, and I'm answering a question from Miss Sharon. Let's see here. Miss Sharon is asking, hi, Ruth, do I have any messages from my family? This is the card that you get. And there's a lot of intentions with this card. And I feel like this with a father figure for you, Sharon, is kind of the intention that you're setting over like between now and the end of the year. Can be upgraded, changed, or modified. Like you're expecting things to go downhill really quickly or go bad really fast, or kind of like waiting for that negative energy to come in, and know that there are some positive changes and there are some positive intentions that you can set forward in this time frame for things to kind of keep moving forward and to kind of keep a healthy relationship all around you, because I kind of feel like there's some interesting changes coming up. Thank you, Miss Myers. Like, thank you. I definitely feel closer. I'm glad you got to come and play with us today. I'll also send you that meditation. So once I get that downloaded. So one of the other things that we need to talk about is I'm going to be doing another card. Kind of this energy that I'm getting right now is a lot of people are in this time of like, if they're not in it now, they're about to move in it of spiritual growth and possibly some ability growth at the same time. So this is something that's coming in very quickly. This is kind of a lot of energy is shifting, changing, or modifying at this time. So that's kind of like the cool part about it. If you are joining in, I've got some new people on Instagram and I've got some new people on Facebook and YouTube. If you post your question, I will answer it. Make sure that it's clear and concise. Make sure that you read the instructions, the rules up at the top, so you can kind of hear that. And you're very welcome, Ms. Sharon. The next one comes in from Joyce, and Joyce is asking if she's on the right path. I get not quite, like you're kind of on the path, but you're not 100% on the path, like you're like 60% on the path. But a card I pull for you is study. And this is a really interesting card for you because there's some things that I don't mean study like go back to school and go to class. What I mean is study what your next step is or what the right path is for you, because you keep trying to like almost like cheat off of someone else's paper. Like you see someone else happy and you're like, ooh, maybe that will make me happy too. And so you're going to do that. And then you realize like, I don't like that so much. So kind of study what makes you happy. That's what your right path is the things that make you happy about what's going on in your life. That's the fun part of this, is kind of getting a hold of that energy and kind of getting a hold of what do you want to create, is going to do it. My next one is kind of a generic one until we get some more people asking questions, is listening. There are a lot of people kind of listening to energy right now, and I kind of get like different sounds or different tones, and so a lot of people are listening to energy, and this is a good sign for most people, but also kind of think about it like whatever you take into yourself, it's one of those like you make it a part of who you are and what you want in your life. So as you listen to what you desire in your life, or kind of what you desire in your energy field, is going to be drawn to you. So make sure you're drawing in the right energy for you. Let's see. Okay. My next one is romance. Now, I will say kind of the first romance you should really, really be into is romance with yourself. So many times people kind of like, I want a new love, but they really haven't finished the old relationship and they're not really ready for the next relationship, which is really when you should be kind of romancing yourself. Like, what do I want? Where do I want to go in this relationship? What do I want next? Where do I want to do with this? That's kind of the fun part about this, is kind of an interesting energy in that, of kind of like a healing energy of what do I want and how do I want to do it. So, okay. Bri is asking, what deck am I using? This is a deck that I've had for a long period of time. And y'all that have seen this, it's one of those, this is a deck that I absolutely love. This is Healing with the Angels from Doreen Virtue. So this is a deck that I use quite often. It is actually, a friend of mine gifted me a deck that she was no longer using. So it's kind of this, it's the same deck, it's just newer cards. So they're like lovely, but they're a little stiff. So I'll work on that part. But I'm really enjoying this deck because this is my all-time favorite deck. I do have a few others that I use, but this is my absolute favorite. Okay, so this one comes in from Neptune. Neptune has been in retrograde, and when Neptune is in retrograde, he can really kind of mess with our dreams. And so I will be doing a dream interpretation Thursday Night Live in a week or two or so. I'll let y'all know. But one of the things that's really interesting with this is your dreams have messages, and I think that's really important. So it's kind of like, what is the message that's coming in your dreams, and understanding that message can be very helpful and kind of really kind of healing at the same time. I know we have some extra people on Facebook and Instagram. So if y'all have any questions, make sure that you're asking my clear, concise questions. But I will tell you that there's some amazing energy about to come in. I've been doing a lot of the astrology and the angel cards for October, kind of getting ready for that. So that is going to be some big changes for us. This one is Truth and Integrity. This is one that I get. I did a video, I think yesterday, about voting. And this is, I'm not trying to be political. What I'm saying is make sure that the people that you're voting for, the people that you're voting for office or whatever it is, have truth and integrity. And the best way to do that is as you listen to them give their speeches and talk to you and kind of like vibe with your energy, kind of like, are you getting a yes with what they're saying, or are you getting a no with what they're saying? Are they going to follow through with their promises? Because I will guarantee you, I have found more people that get voted into office and then really don't do anything. Like they promised, I'm going to fix the trash service in our city or whatever it is, and they get into office and then they do nothing about it, and then they keep getting voted in over and over again. So make sure that they're giving you that truth and integrity. I don't care who you vote for, as long as you vote and as long as you're interested in what's coming up next. So I will say support is one that I love this card more than anything else. Like I love the angels around the earth. I love this. If I could get this in a poster, I would have it. But one of the things I really love about this is we have support from the other side all the time. Are you using it or are you not using it? It's all there. It's all there all the time. Free service. You could have them help you with something. You could have them fix something for you. Get their insight into something, kind of whatever those are. And you can really kind of move some great energy around with this. But it's one of those, are you really using their support that they're giving you? Because so many times people really are not actively doing that much. They're kind of like, I'll do it on my own, or I'll do this, but they're not really getting the insight that they really require from their angels and guides. Next I get is soulmate. We have a lot of energy moving around, especially in September still, with Venus and Virgo and all of the energy. And it kind of really opens up some very important soulmate energy for us. And sometimes people always think of like soulmates as like a boyfriend or a girlfriend or a spouse, but that's not the only soulmate you could have. You could have soulmate energy that's just friends, that are just kind of like bringing in friends from other lifetimes, or bringing in people that can support you or help you, or, support you in some way, or you're supporting them. So that can be another way of having that soulmate energy. Next, we're talking about retreat. This is a great day to kind of take a retreat. If you haven't taken time for yourself today to meditate and kind of relax in the energy, this is a great card for you of kind of really kind of giving yourself that retreat. And it could be a retreat of 2 or 3 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, an hour, how much time you have to kind of gift back to yourself. And it's a great day because we have our autumn equinox today. And so that's kind of all about like collecting the harvest and kind of like feeling that joy. Can you think about like things where you've really worked hard, and when it's like come through and you're like, yes, I finally got what I wanted. What was that joy about? That's what you want to celebrate in this day. In that retreat time is like, I want to celebrate the changes. I want to celebrate what's been going on. I want to celebrate that time with us. And that can be a great way to bring more positive energy into you. It's going to be really great. Next card is healing. I will tell you that October comes in with a lot of healing energy in it. A lot of healing energy. And I will say that kind of the interesting part that I've noticed in the angel cards and the astrology for October is kind of weirdly is things that aren't working, people actually kind of let it go. There's a lot of people kind of moving into that energy of letting things go and kind of releasing things. Bry's asking, is this necklace important to me? It's stones that are all in the chakra colors. And so this is one that I could use it as a pendulum or a necklace, but I like the necklace more than anything else. This is just the one that came on today. It's one of my favorites. It is kind of one of my favorites. I do like the chakra stones because they kind of help balance me when I'm out and about. And today was one of those days that I was out and about in some different capacities than I normally am. Normally, I am on the phone with a lot of people. I had phone clients today. I had WebEx clients today, but I also had a couple of clients that I needed to go visit and get ready to do a house cleanse for them. So I needed to kind of go check things out. And so I like to be in balance when I'm doing that. My next card is Serenity. I love this card. Serenity is kind of like that retreat, kind of like, here we go. Here we put them in order. So we have retreat, take time to ourselves. Next, healing, because that's going to bring healing. And then the last one is serenity. It's going to bring us some peace. It's going to be peaceful. When you kind of center your energy on you, it's going to bring you some peace. It's going to bring you some comfort. I love it too, Bri. I love my necklaces. I have lots of them. And I also like to make them, which is kind of one of those weird, quirky things. I like to make my own necklaces. So this, I made the cord. I tied the cord myself, but I have some that I have literally macrameed myself. It's one of my favorite things to do on my own by myself. And my next card for you guys is manifestation. There is a lot of energy to play still between now and the end of the year. A lot of people are like, oh, the year's almost over. It's not almost over. It's got a lot of energy still to play. And there's a lot of manifesting still out there. And I will tell you, there is a lot of money still out there to play, because a lot of people are like, manifestation means money. I get it. I get it. I get it. And a lot of people are like that way. They want that money to roll in. They want that money to come and get them. I will tell you, this is one of the best energies of manifestation, is to kind of like focus in on what you want and drawing that to you. So Myra's asking, do you have another meditation? I do probably 3 to 4 open to the public meditations every month. The dates change. They're never the same. Like today is the 22nd. We are doing it for the autumn equinox. I will tell you the best way to do it is to find out on my newsletter or Facebook or Instagram. Usually those are on there. I post those out. I know, like I have one, I want to say, like, I know there's one for the 1010 portal energy. That's going to be a really powerful one. I will also have one usually around the full moon time frame. And then if there's something else coming up. But I also have 2, the ghost tour that I have for this Friday is already booked solid. It's completely done. And then I have another ghost tour on October 1st, and that's a Saturday, as I'm like very thankful to have a Saturday one. And I will be down at the Galvez in Galveston, Texas. The ghost tour starts at 5. I have a few spots left in that one if anybody's interested in going. I love going on ghost tours, that sort of thing. Me and the Ghostness of Galveston are getting together to do this one. This is going to be really, really fun. We are going to have a blast. We are going to some private areas that haven't been open to the public for them to go and kind of do ghost hunting in for a long time. So that is number one. I love ghost tours. And I'm going to teach you how to connect to the ghost, get some messages, and pull back your energy. And then, of course, because I'm a psychic medium, I know how to clear off all of that crazy energy from a ghost tour, so you don't go home with any ghosties, no ghosties at all. I make sure that you are cleansed and ready to go. And that is kind of like the fun part about doing it with a psychic medium, because I can give you all of that information. I love doing this part. Myra says that's amazing. I love going on ghost tours, because that's the fun part. The next card I pull out is body care. And I will say that that's kind of part of this retreating and kind of manifesting and kind of taking care of yourself is a really good one. That can be how you kind of allow this energy to move forward. That can be really fun, but make sure that you're taking care of yourself. It is very, very important at this time frame to take care of yourself. Brian's saying, well, I'm from Canada. LOL. I'm not sure how you got put on for your video on this page, but I love it. So I use kind of a strange platform. And so I'm on 3 different platforms at one time. So I'm on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube all at the same time. And that's kind of like the fun part for me, because I get to feel your energy from different places. And then I do have my own YouTube channel. I post at minimum 1 new video every day, 365 days a year. And usually I post a lot more. Now, let's see. September 24th is one of my favorite days. And most people go, oh, it must be your birthday. No, it's not my birthday. It's even more fun than that. I love September 24th because it is National Ghost Hunting Day. I love ghost hunting. I love doing all of that kind of stuff. So on that day, I think I have like 7 videos that are posting out that day alone every like hour or every 2 hours, starting from 11:15. My first video launches at 11:15 Central Standard Time, and then almost every hour for the next couple hours after that. And then all through October, I'll have at least one, if not two videos on different days. The other crazy part is, thank you, Julie, for joining us. Ask your question. You've got a few more minutes. The other thing is, if you are like Halloween, I'll be launching, I think, 10 videos that day. So I've got a lot of ghost videos. I've got a lot of psychic information like clairsensitive, clairaudient, kind of like some basics about those. I go into I think one of them was like angel cards, like how to take care of your angel cards, how to work with other energies, how to kind of changing information, kind of like how to move into that energy in a new and different way. So I kind of feel like that's kind of the interesting part for us. I will say that kind of the interesting part about doing videos all the time, when someone told me like I should launch a whole bunch of videos and in a month, I was like, oh my gosh. So I literally challenged myself to do one a day for 30 days. And that was a challenge. Now I actually have too many videos out there. I have a lot of videos that are waiting to go out. And sometimes that's why I have to launch more than one in a day, because I have so many videos out there and people are like, how can you find this content? I get asked Dear Ruth Theresa questions. So if you've seen my YouTube videos, I answer Ruth Theresa questions. And it can be anything about my necklace or my angel cards or how to do this or how to do that. It can be anything psychically that like you want to ask. Some of that can be just really fun energy of that sort of thing. But I also talk about moonology. I talk about planetary energies. I talk about psychic abilities. So if you have any questions, you can always email me or go to my website. That's kind of the fun part. I love that part. So Julie's question is, will I be moving out of this house? And I get a yes at some point. It's not right away, but I do feel there are signs that things are changing and that you will be changing houses at some point. And I do feel like it may be in the same general area, but it's not going to be on the same street or anything like that. I do feel like there's some changes. Right. Yes, I do. Most of my readings are private readings. I do private readings across the world. I do them over the phone, face to face, or over the internet, usually using WebEx is my preferred video conferencing. So I do literally clients all the time. In this last week, I have had clients from Kansas City, although I'm in Houston. I've had a client in Germany. I've had a client in Switzerland. I've had a client in New York and Los Angeles just this week. So I do personal readings all the time. And I've actually strangely done group readings online live. So I kind of love to do things. I am constantly busy. I love this thing. I always tell people the best way to know what's coming up next for me is to get my newsletter. And I know that sounds really weird, but my newsletter really tells you what energy is coming up, how it's going to affect you. I do an angel card reading for every day of the month. I do astrology readings. I do the angel card readings to kind of back all of that up and kind of give you more information. I talk about planetary stuff and how it's going to affect you and how are things going to change and modify. And I think that's the really fun things. I am so thankful that y'all are with me tonight. This is my first answering one questions from each person in a long time. I want to say almost a year. This has been really, really fun. I will do it again before the end of the year. Make sure you come back and see me. I will be doing, like I said, I will be doing dream interpretation. One in the next week or two. I have my calendar, but I don't have it in front of me. I will be doing talking about some planetary energies that are affecting people, especially Pluto coming out of retrograde is going to be a really big one for us as it goes into post shadow energy. Is going to be shifting and changing a lot for a lot of people. So that'll be quite an interesting energy for us. I thank y'all so much for joining me tonight. And I know that we'll be talking again soon. Y'all have a great night, everybody.